the Joe Biden has, it turns out, Joe Biden has metastatic bone cancer.
I saw that.
And of course, every urologist in the world immediately knows this is a lie. He's known for years because a PSA test shows, and this is a very slow growing cancer, and now it sounds like it's terminal. And so for 10 years, his doctors have known that he has this, and they've lied to us about it, and everyone's mad at Joe Biden. But the other way to look at it is, like, who kept that secret from the rest of us, and who was actually running the government for those 4 years?
I think that's a big question, right? But, I mean, do you know Lindy Lee?
No.
You heard of Lindy Lee?
No.
She was on the staff, and she came on the show to talk about who was running the country. She said it was all the staffers. It was all the millennial staffers that were pretty much running the country, and nobody was talking to each other. Everybody had their own agendas, and yeah, I mean, pretty much like all the stuff that we already knew, but she just came on to confirm it and then switch sides.
But I mean, that's like the opposite of democracy, right?
I mean, yeah.
I guess I vacillate between not being shocked at all. I mean, of course. I mean, he was visibly demented. So why should we be surprised that he also, hey, by the way, he has terminal bone cancer? But on the other hand, it's like, that is so not the system that we signed up for and that we participate in.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't sign up for it, but we did. I mean, I remember at the beginning of the election cycle when Fox News was going on and on about Joe Biden's cognitive ability, and I was like, I mean, this is probably just over embellished, And then I saw the first.
Wait, were you watching Fox News again?
This was a long time ago, but yeah, I thought, because I mean, I think all media, obviously over embellishes and just flat out lies. And I just thought, I was like, there's no way that this guy's that bad. And then the first presidential debate, I quit watching it because I was like, holy shit, this guy legitimately cannot put a sentence together. I was like, they're actually not over embellishing this. And it was on display for millions, the entire country, but still won the vote, supposedly. Right?
I feel like an idiot for being shocked because, of course, it's not a democracy. Of course, the system is rigged. It's fake because no matter who gets elected, you get the same foreign policy, you get the same economic policy, and the Epstein videos remain secret. So, like, that just shows you that our system has no effect on the actual system.
Wait, what are you talking about? I thought we could all sleep well at night now knowing that Epstein legitimately killed himself, right?
What was that?
Did that just come out?
It's just two guys that I really like. I mean, I love Bongino, but he's a friend of mine. But you weren't convinced by that?
No.
Why?
I mean, I've dug into that, and it's just so spooky what's going on with that, and how nobody. I mean, how do you charge a guy with sex trafficking when there's no end users that have been charged? Who did he traffic to?
Well, that's a great question. I don't know. You got me on that one.
I mean, right? How do you charge him with that if there's no? I mean, if that's where the trail starts, where does it end? We haven't. So, I think there's just a lot more going on than the majority of people know about.
What do you think that was?
What do I think it was?
Yeah.
I think it was a blackmail operation. What do you think it was?
I think it was a blackmail operation run by the CIA and the Israeli intel services, and probably others. French intelligence always has a hand in everything, I've noticed, so probably them too. But the usual, darkest forces in the world colluding to make rich and powerful people obey their agenda. The people in charge want you to be weak. It's obvious. Fat, weak, passive. Take your pills. Why do they want this? Because you'll be easier to control. No thanks. So our friends at Beam, which is a proud American company, understand that America can only be strong if its people are strong. and they're working to make this a stronger country. They've got a new creatine product. Creatine is an amino acid produced by your body naturally, and it helps people stay mentally sharp and physically fit. So people like to mock creatine, the people in charge, the people who want you to be weak, but it actually works. You know that because a lot of people use it. And Beam's creatine can help improve your strength, your brain health, your longevity, while remaining completely free of sugar and none of the synthetic garbage that infests so much of what we eat. Again, they don't talk about this much. A population that is strong, clear-minded, physically capable is a threat, but that doesn't mean you can't be all of those things. You should be. So to celebrate real American strength, Beam is offering up to 30% off their best-selling creatine for the next 48 hours. 30% off for the next 48 hours. Go to shopbeam.com/Tucker. Use the code Tucker, we would ask you, at checkout. That's BEAM.com/Tucker. Use the code Tucker for up to 30% off. Beam is built on the core values of integrity, results, no BS. We strongly recommend it.
I mean, look, though, I don't understand why nobody has come out on it. Nobody has come out on it, right? I mean, because if you paint the scenario, I mean, you get on a jet, maybe you're totally innocent, you don't know what's going on, two hot women come out of the whatever stewardess place, come out, and one thing leads to another.
Yes.
I mean, and then what happens? They go, oh, we got you. You're on camera. And by the way, these girls are 15 or 16 or whatever the hell they were, right? And, but I mean, yes. If you're a married guy, it's pretty fucked up that you're doing that. But I mean, it's nothing new under the sun. So why wouldn't you just scream blackmail at the top of your lungs? Like, I didn't know this is what happened, and just come clean on it.
Why do you think?
Because they're repeat customers.
Yeah. Because they're so deeply implicated that they can't actually get out of it.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, there's also, at least in me, the growing sense that it's not just blackmail that makes people obey. It's not just bribery. It's also the threat of violence.
Do you know anybody that's been threatened with violence?
I think every U.S. president has been threatened with violence implicitly because of the murder of John F. Kennedy. I've known a bunch of presidents, and I think every one of them understands that, it's pretty obvious what happened there, or the outlines, maybe not the details. And no one has, to this day, released all the files. And why is that? Because the message is really clear. If you get too far outside the boundaries, you could wind up like JFK.
Who places the boundaries?
Probably the same forces that murdered the sitting president in 1963. You know what I mean? If you listen to the tape of Richard Nixon talking to the CIA director in the Oval Office, no one else around, of course, it's being taped. And Nixon knows that because it's his taping system, but it's still his. He has no expectation anyone's going to hear this. When he brings up Kennedy's murder, he's the president. In fact, not only is he the president, he's won by the biggest landslide in American history. He has a real mandate, and he is afraid. He's afraid even to talk in private to the CIA director about what that was. And he indicates, I know what happened to Jack Kennedy, and the CIA director doesn't even respond. And the president doesn't have the balls to say, hey, son, I'm talking to you. You work for me. I want the files on this.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Jack Kennedy. He was murdered. He was shot in the head next to his wife in public. The man died.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what happened here. He does not have the balls to say that to his own CIA director.
Man.
That's the level of fear that a murder like that's officially unsolved, but, whose outline everyone really, or a lot of people understand. That's the fear that inculcates.
Do you think it runs that deep with everybody?
I think if you're president, you're very aware of the physical risk of the job. Wouldn't you be?
I think that goes without saying, but some of ththese guys on the, lower levels, I don't know. It's just so sophisticated. When you dive into it, it seems so sophisticated, and having been a small part in some of the intel agencies, it's just not that. I think people give them a lot more credit than they deserve.
Oh, I believe it.
And
but
so I think there's a thing also where it's just addiction to power.
Yes.
Then they're so fucking scared that they're going to lose their power. And I mean, you see in every administration, to include this one, people that are, you know, it's everybody wants to help the country, right? But everybody wants to help the country. They have their thing that they could do to help the country, and then they get placed in something they have no fucking business being in at all. They know there are better people to run that sector of the government, but hey, I'll take it because I'm the best. No, the fuck you're not. You're not the best.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.